First intending with Foz, Chicago Bears in the mix. Rapping about football, no room for politics. From the Windy City, we bring the fire. This podcast hot, raising the bar higher. Touchdown after touchdown, we never settle for less. Breaking it down with Foz, we always bring our best. First and 10 with Foz, dance in the crowd, cheering loud and proud. Our spirits never out. We rep that navy, blue and orange, no room for doubt. Chicago Bears legendary, no team can knock us out. No team can knock us out. Analyzing plays, stats on full display. Hitting hard like a linebacker, making our way. Foz leading the charge, taking us to the top. Chicago Bears legacy, we can never stop. Bear down, rise up.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Season 3 finale, First and 10 with Foz. Episode 86, proudly streaming on Chicago Bears Fan Forever Facebook page. And all episodes available at all times on YouTube at our YouTube page, First and 10 with Foz. Brought to you by one of the funnest places I had the most fun watching Bears games this season at. My place, my bar, Bedrock's Pizza Bar and Grill in Shore.
Bedrock's Pizza, the place to be. Hard rock tunes and craft beers for the crowd is roaring, the atmosphere's hot. We'll party hard, give it all we've got. This place is our sanctuary. Shout it aloud, let the music play. Bedrock's Pizza, we're here to stay. Good times and memories never be far. Under the neon lights, we're all stars.
What's up, guys, and welcome for all of you who are continuing from Doubleheader Thursday. Me and Maxwell just got off the Pink Fan for a Carolina Panthers Superfan podcast. Had a really good time hanging out with Pink. Always a good time hanging out with our Panthers fans. Always nice to see teams like the Bears and the Panthers who've been down the last years in the past kind of come alive. Fandom's starting to come alive. It's always fun to get together. Pink, appreciate you having us on the show. We had a good time. Give me a call anytime. Always love to come on the show, sweetheart. Thank you so much. We're done, Maxwell. This is the Cinderella season.
We're fucked. Yeah.
The Cinderella season has come to an end. And I'm not upset. I know it's upsetting. I was upset that we didn't go forward, but I'm not upset because, like I said earlier on shows, we shouldn't have even been there. We weren't expecting to be there. We didn't have the hopes or we should have been there with everything we put into everything. This is a first-year offense, a first-year coach. We'll call it a second-year QB, but really a first-year QB because the first year don't count in my books. And we exceeded above and beyond everything we should have done this season. First place, NFC North. We beat the Packers. God knows that's the goal every year. And to beat them in a division, wild card game in the playoffs is even more exciting. And even though we didn't win that Rams game, I think everyone can admit that Cole Kmet throw from Caleb Williams at the end of the fourth quarter was probably the most exciting, exhilarating play anyone who was not around in 1985 has seen. So, nothing to be upset about, nothing but a good future ahead of us.
Yeah, I think, like, disappointment, not because they had a disappointing year. Obviously, it was a rousing success. Disappointment because you kind of felt like you could probably have made it and maybe won the Super Bowl this year, which is insane to even think about.
Yeah.
But, it's a good disappointment. But I also heard someone say something this week, I forget who it was, that relish in your wins, but also just kind of stew in your losses a little bit too. Just accept your losses and kind of just sit with it for a little bit. It's a season that it deserves for you to sit with a little bit. And it didn't end how any of us wanted, but it also was better than any of us expected. So just kind of let it set in. And it's a good place to be. No one wanted us to lose to the Rams in the championship game. That's not what I'm saying at all. But, it's okay to kind of just sit with it and be disappointed with it because we have expectations now.
Yeah. I don't want to get philosophical or anything, because not even just in football. You learn the most from your losses in life. That's where your knowledge, that's where your wisdom, that's where your learning lessons comes in, is from losing. And to be honest with you, we were not supposed to be where we were at this year. I use a kind of harsh comparison of a cancer patient who was supposed to live for 6 months.
Yeah, it's a little too unacceptable.
Yeah. We lived a year. We were way beyond where we were supposed to live. It was borrowed time. We were not supposed to be there. We went above and beyond where we were supposed to be. And it's amazing. And we exceeded first-year expectations. And it goes to show you really what we put together, how strong of a core of what it is, that even with what we knew we had, we went above and beyond what we thought we could have the first year, and that's leaps and bounds, man, leaps and bounds.
I agree. I heard Tom Brady say last weekend that he learned more from losses. He said he'd like to sit there and watch it and learn from it and think about it and deal with it. Yeah, the Bears will do the same, of course. And I heard Cole come out after the game, and or maybe it was the day after the game, but he said, there's no guarantee we'll be back here next year, and that's the thing about the NFL. There was. Yes, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, they made it, but how many teams win one year, lose the next year? Look at the Lions this year. Look at the Vikings this year. Look at the Redskins or the Commanders this year. There's no guarantee, but you feel good. You feel good about this team. You feel good about where they're at. And yes, you don't feel good about a loss, but you feel good about how the season went 100%.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off of what you just said, Ben Johnson, even the press conference right after the game, yes, we have talented players. Yes, we have this. Yes, we have that. But there was just something magic about this team.
In the locker room, yeah.
That you can't guarantee every year that magic is going to be there. And he even knows that as a coach. He identifies the talent that we have. But as far as the magic, the camaraderie, that specific team coming together, that is not a guarantee you have every year. I mean, the Bears could get somebody that we bring on the team on paper who on paper is going to escalate the team and make them a better team, but could totally disrupt that atmosphere in the locker room of what they had this previous year that could have led to where we got to. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen as far as the NFL. I mean, you bring in that one rotten apple, you do something, one wrong move, and it messes up the entire environment.
Yeah, you're obviously not gonna have the exact same 53 next year. It's just not possible. Yeah. So but I also did like what Ben Johnson said, that I didn't learn nothing from this. We're starting over. Like next year is next year. Like we'll worry about that then. Like we're gonna restart over. We're not building on anything. Next year restarts everything. But you're right. The odds of it all.
Hold on, I want to give a shout out real fast.
Yeah.
I want to appreciate this Green Bay Packers fan who's watching the Bears podcast right now. The Bears still suck. Dude, who goes on another team's podcast just to talk shit about the other team? Like, that would be like me jumping on a Green Bay podcast.
They're called self-loathing fans, that they don't really want to admit that they are fans of another team, the Bears. Yeah. So you rather just self-loathe. It's cool. Hey, good for you, man. Thanks for watching. You're boosting our numbers. We appreciate it.
That lump of cheese on your head just kind of goes to your brain once in a while.
He's bumping the numbers. Thank you.
Old and moldy. The cheese is old and moldy.
So there's no. Yeah, you're right. There's no way to recreate the season, and an injury is going to happen that didn't happen this year, or a bounce will go the other way that did this year. Look at the Lions this year. I mean, that's a perfect example.
Dude, let me ask you this, and I don't know if a lot of people have thought about this, but again, I'm different than most people like to think. No, I'm just joking. I don't really want another year like this year. I don't want 7 come from behind.
Oh, I don't either.
Magical cardiac Bears wins. I mean, it got us to where we were at and moved us along throughout the year, but I wouldn't call the majority of the wins and how we got to where we're at as quality. I mean, a lot of big plays, a lot of stepping up from individual players in certain scenarios. Not going to lie, a good portion was luck. It was other teams not succeeding in their end, drop passes, things of that nature. I mean, there's a lot of moving chess pieces this year that got us to where we're at, and a lot of destined fate, as some could call it. But I mean, I want hardcore, true victories. Like the Eagles game. We talked about the Eagles game. I want a solidified, we won by 10, 12, 14, 17 points, whatever. We truly beat them. There's no fourth quarter comeback. There's no miracle in the last 2 minutes. There's no last minute field goal or block kick or a 70-yard run. Like, as amazing as that all was to experience as a fan this year, going forward, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Maybe 2 games a year. I actually heard Ryan Poles talking about it in his end of the year. Somebody asked him that question. He said, I don't want that either. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this every game. But it's just how the season went. It's how this team went. It just showed that they're still growing, getting better. Their margin for error wasn't high. It was low. It was or even. So you hope, I get what Ben Johnson's saying. You can't build, you don't build on this year. But, like, hopefully they learn what it takes to even score more points, to put the margin further in your favor. And I think they did. I think they will. And I think, listen, the NFL is a league of parity. There's not a lot of 50-0 games in the NFL. It's rare you win by 2 touchdowns in the NFL. That's why spreads are never usually higher than about 10 or 11, even against really good teams and bad teams. It's just how the NFL is. It's made for parity. And it's the life we all chose as NFL fans.
Yeah, I mean, if one thing you can take away from all these games that we had these miraculous finishing and endings and comebacks or whatnot is that Caleb Williams is the man, dude.
Yes.
You can put the ball in his hands in a high-pressure game, and your percentage of succeeding is very high. And that is more than anyone should be happy with walking away from the season, is knowing that we have that player on our team. And not just as a Bears fan. I mean, if you look around the NFL, I've watched every NFL game I could this year. I can't pick another quarterback in the NFL who I'd rather have the ball's handed than Caleb Williams with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter if the game's on the line.
Sure. I mean, you could obviously argue Mahomes, but I mean, that's, a legend. I mean, he's the second he retired, he's going to the Hall of Fame that day.
Not Mahomes this year, but...
but still. But you're right. Caleb Williams has the ability to grow into one of the top 5 players in the NFL, if not top 3, if not top 1. I mean, he has that intangible that he can make the incredible look so effortless that you can't teach. He has that gene that you cannot. That is not coachable. That is not teachable. Yes. Do I hope he can complete 72% of his passes next year? Yeah, but it doesn't matter because he has that other gene that just puts him into a different stratosphere. That if the other stuff comes along with it, I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Caleb Williams right now will rip a 60-yard frozen rope down the field and put it on your numbers. Yeah. But he'll miss a simple 5-yard pass. Yeah. Check down down the field.
He will.
That's kind of where we're at right now with him.
But in your first, you want to call it a second year? Fine. That's fine. But his first season under Ben Johnson, he took progressive steps every week. He 100%. never dived. He never had that 89-yard game with 4 interceptions. You could argue his worst statistical game was the 3 interception game he just had against the Rams, but he also made unbelievable throws that kept you in that game.
Let's talk about the Rams.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Get out of the way, Drop passes was what I left away with the most. I mean, right in the first quarter, Adunze on the numbers in the end zone, Zacchaeus, Colson Loveland.
Luther Burton had one too.
Luther Burton, dude. The amount of drop passes that should not have been dropped during that game. I mean, if you're going to ask me the reason why we lost that game, it was those drop passes and those open opportunities. I mean, that's the reason we lost those games, man. I mean, obviously there were ceiling situations, but with those passes not being dropped, it would have been a whole different game.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame Loveland because he's had an incredible year. So you're going to occasionally drop a pass as a receiver. But
he has a scapegoat more than anyone else.
The Rome one, especially the first drive, I think it was.
The end zone,
yeah, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a touchdown.
Now, I know Rome had some injuries and he was out. But, yeah, there's definitely a drop issue with him. Sure. So far, again, very young career.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, that needs to stop all the way around. Now, also, just a little bit of criticism of Caleb's way. Sometimes Caleb doesn't have a lot of touch a lot. He likes to throw the 99.
Finesse.
Yeah, he could also learn. In that game, no. He's not to blame for mostly anything that happened in that Rams game. But throughout the year, he only has one. He only had one mode. It was a 105-mile-an-hour fastball. It's okay to throw the changeup every once in a while too.
Sure.
Yeah, and he'll learn that. He'll learn that, and I think he did towards the end of the year. You saw a lot more touch passes.
100%.
But
his
still,
accuracy throughout the year increased greatly.
Yeah, but he still, was under 60% for the whole year, which is fine because he does the incredible and makes the touchdown passes, so it's fine. And he might just be that dude. That might just be who he is, and that's fine too. You can definitely win with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, like I said, you could this is technically his second year. If you truly want to consider his first year under Eberflus and the nothing that happened to coach him the entire first year, if you want to consider this his second year, you can because it technically is. But in reality, this is really his first year with what he should have received from the team, the coach,
which
everything.
is totally on the Bears. Yeah.
So, given that and the look at where from game one till the divisional round where it ended,
that's incredible.
What he became.
A different person.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, all the way around different person.
Exactly. So, again, you can get your bells and whistles with Caleb where he needs to do things, but very minor compared to where it started compared to where it ended.
100%. You only saw growth the whole year, and the stuff that we're saying about him is easily coachable stuff. Yeah. It's stuff that, and maybe he won't. Maybe he'll never be that dude who's 78% pass completion. And that's okay because what he can do for you is so incredible that we can accept the fact that he maybe will never do the little things great.
Sure.
He can maybe get to a point where he's good at them, but not great. And that's okay because he can do the great really easy. Yeah. And I'll take that over the opposite.
Yeah. And first year being coached under Ben Johnson.
That too.
This is his first year. There's technically nowhere to go but up still with this kid. So,
100%. And I think Ben Johnson, even I don't know, I'm sure you listened to his press conference, that I don't know how big Ben bought in on Caleb early in the year. Just like I know for sure Caleb didn't buy in on Ben. By the end of the year, they both completely 100% bought in on each other.
Yeah, one thing that really stuck out a lot with what Ben said this postseason so far is Caleb bailed him out of a lot of bad play calls, which, again, we don't know these things as fans, obviously. No. But Caleb's scrambling abilities, his pass abilities, his under pressure abilities, what he does in that backfield when the offensive
how he can make it up when it collapses, yes.
Yeah, Ben Johnson acknowledges that's covering his ass. So Ben Johnson's only a first-year coach. He's an offensive coordinator.
Which we also need to remember. Yeah.
So you got two rookies in two major positions that decide a fate of what a championship team is. And this is their first year together, and look at how far.
And that's how good it was. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Like that, it was that good in the first year. Now, could it plateau next year, or could other teams wisen up to it? Of course it could.
Sure.
But you should at least be confident as a Bears fan going forward. We have the strongest structure we've had in forever, maybe ever.
I want to say easily.
Yeah, I don't want to say that to like freak people out, and then you will eat the words. But I'm pretty positive we have the strongest foundation we've had in ever. With
on both sides of the ball, yeah. Even if you go back to the 85 year, it was all the defense.
Yeah. Jim
McMahon was injured the entire year, and the offense put together like 10 points, and that was good enough to win against any team back then because the defense was so ridiculous in the 46. But as far as on all around both sides of the ball, I think this is the best complete Bears team that I could ever imagine. Caleb came out this year, guys, and pretty much just destroyed every Bears QB record that existed almost.
I hate even talking about it because
I know it's embarrassing.
The tallest midget.
We're talking about a team that's 108 years old, and Eric Kramer held your most passing yard records.
Yeah, jeez.
And he was only 38 yards away from hitting 4,000, which a Bears quarterback has never hit 4,000. Again, technical second year, but reality first year as a quarterback in a real system. So, got nothing but sunshine going forward. Nothing but sunshine with this guy.
Agreed 100%.
Getting back to the Rams game, though, a lot of people just believe this was going to be the shootout of a century. It was going to be 49 to 49 and 56 to 56.
I think the coach did, too.
Yeah. And the Bears' defense really, really stepped it up humongous, dude. They shut down, for the most part, the entire game, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, which is not an easy feat to do, and made them punt and gave the Bears so many opportunities on offense, which they faltered on punts and turnovers that they could have scored and came back on that we couldn't pull off. So, I mean, kudos to the Bears defense. I mean, Brisker and Gordon, had the games of their lives, man. Games of their lives.
I agree 100%. Yeah, Dennis Allen probably had his best game as a Bears defensive coordinator, too. I mean, I remember the stat going into the game was Matthew Stafford just destroys defenses that blitz.
Yeah.
And the Bears actually blitzed a lot more than they had.
Yeah.
And they had Matthew Stafford looking very uncomfortable in that game. Now, could it have been because he also was wearing a fucking scuba suit and it was negative 3 degrees out? Sure. But they also got home. They got pressure on him. He looked very uncomfortable that whole game. That's why it was such a, I don't want to say disappointing, but it was such a like, man, that game was there for you. Like, I get it. Like, they just haven't put it all together, on both sides of the ball together, cohesive all year. But it kind of felt there. But yes, like our defense balled the hell out, kept us in the game as far as beyond kept us in the game for as good as the Rams have been playing coming in. Kudos to Dennis Allen. The whole defense played great. I hope there's a lot more of that next year with more synced up offense. It happens. Credit to the Rams too. I gotta say credit to the Rams defense. Like they came in with, we all talked about how terrible that secondary is, but they threw some exotic looks at Caleb up front that confused him.
Yeah.
And you know why it confused him? Even if you don't, watch it that closely, he threw 3 interceptions. That is not what Caleb does ever.
No, definitely not.
They weren't all on him, but we'll get into that. I know, but
yeah, man. I mean, the one thing that sticks with me the most after the game and going back and watching everything right now is the close-ups of showing Sean McVay's face. This is a cold, cold dude, and this is one of the top coaches in the NFL. Anyone who wants to debate that, let's go. But Sean McVay is ice cold, and he's a great, great fucking coach.
Yep.
And his faces during the game where the defensive stops we were pulling, obviously what we did at the end of the game going into overtime, his reactions, I mean, he was petrified. He was scared.
Sure.
He was thrown completely off, dude. And to get a dude like Sean McVay, who's one of the most confident coaches in the NFL, to be completely on his heels and have a WTF look on his face for so much of the game, that goes to tell you that we really gave the game away there. Like, we had him beat. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't believe what we were coming up with, the stops we were making, things we were getting away with. Like, you could see it on his face. He was lost. And the fact that we lost the game and you see your coach kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
it sucks, man, because when a coach is giving those looks and having those feelings, really play calling goes to the side. Your emotions are there. You've kind of lost your track of what you were doing. And that was ours to take, man. We just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, no, agreed. It definitely felt like a very winnable game, and this feels like a winnable season, which is just like we talked about. It's crazy to even say, but it does. I mean, like, yeah, okay, the Seahawks completely obliterated the 49ers, but I still want to see that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they're going to play the Rams this weekend, and that's not an easy matchup for the Seahawks.
No.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. It was disappointing because of how well we played defensively. That, like, I guess going into the game, if I told every Bears fan we're only going to allow 17 points in this game, you'd say, fuck, we're going to the fucking NFC Championship game.
Exactly.
Like, guaranteed. Like, all the way. It just, offense didn't play a great game. Ben Johnson didn't call a great game. Should he have gone for this instead of that? Probably. But in Ben Johnson's defense as well, and like you just said, I think everyone in the universe figured that was going to be a 35-31 game because of how the defenses have played and how good the offenses have played.
Again, like, as much as Ben Johnson is a golden god, I'm not going to say he's not.
He can make mistakes too.
And who did he learn under? Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Balls in the wheelbarrow, dude. Go for it on fourth down every time. Never kick a field goal. Always go for it. I mean, this is kind of like where he was brought up and how to act. And, dude, you look back now, a couple of those opportunities where we could have took the field goal. You look back, it's a different game.
Now, I'm not mad about him going forward in the first drive of the game because they were moving. And here's why. If our offense had been consistently good in the first drives all year, he probably would have taken the field goal.
Yeah.
But we weren't, and they were moving the ball well. But he made some interestingly Ben Johnson play calls.
Sure.
like 3 straight runs up the gut and then like a Caleb throw. Like it was like that's very Ben Johnson. Like almost he didn't coach scared. I don't want to say that, but like very cautious coaching, which I don't like.
You know, with Madungwe, like really kind of threw me off in the Rams game and how angry this dude's ran all season. Like a couple of those plays, you just kind of expected Madungwe to like bust through that and just kind of terrorize his way into the end zone.
No.
So that's where like I was really surprised, especially because going in the game, everyone knew the Rams defense wasn't top notch. It was all about their
The front four is though.
yeah.
That was the concern.
Sure,
like
sure.
the everything after the front four is not very good in the Rams, but the
Yeah.
front four is pretty damn good there, and
Yeah.
they showed you that they're pretty damn good.
Yeah. So I mean, I can understand those play calls because you expect him and Madungwe to get through and angry run his way through, but
It is what it is.
he's a rookie. It's the playoffs. It's everyone's playing their top notch and giving their hearts out. What are you gonna do?
Especially early in the game, you're kind of probing each other, seeing what it's going to be. So I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad. He went for it
No.
on the first drive. Absolutely not. You go up 7 there. That's huge to start the game.
And I mean, to be honest with you, we really got unsanctioned, almost undeserved overtime football.
Oh yeah.
Caleb Williams, 4th down, 10-yard line, 2 seconds left. You see a quarterback drop back from the 10-yard line, run backwards with his back to the end zone to the 40-yard line.
It was like
and
20 yards.
Turn
Yeah.
around and throw a ball that just came completely out of his asshole as a frozen dime to the corner of the end zone. And oh my God, when Cole Kmet caught that ball, dude, I'm sure everyone right now has that story out there as a Bears fan. Of their reaction when they saw Cole Kmet catch that ball in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
Completely lost.
It was
my
madness.
Shit, dude.
Complete madness.
Completely lost it, dude.
That throw should not ever be able to work
Yeah.
or happen. I did hear, I don't know how many of you guys out there, girls out there that listen to 670 Score, but Matt Bowen is on Tuesday. Now, he's a former defensive back for the Packers. He's a defensive back coach for IC Catholic. I think the best personal analyst, like to teach you about how plays work, how football plays. He is really good. He said that I've never seen a throw like that in my entire life, and I played behind Brett Favre. He said that's the closest thing I saw, but I've never seen a quarterback run 20 yards backwards and throw a ball so perfectly. And he said the reason why the defensive backs weren't around the wide receiver is because the throw broke their minds, because they couldn't believe he could throw a ball like that accurately, to where they were thinking the ball was going to go this way or that way. And he said, like, it literally, he said, if I was a defensive back, I would have paused and looked, because I would be thinking, wait, what? And he said that's literally what happened. He broke the secondary's minds because the throw is so ridiculous, it's not even possible.
100 billion%.
Now, that's going to play in the NFL for a long time.
Jim Miller, right after the game, he was on the post-game show with Dave Wannstedt and Peanut, and he literally said, he goes, I'm going on record right now, it's the best pass ever made in the NFL. He goes, you know how you see the videos of the old Joe Montana pass?
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
The number 89?
Oh, no, this is way better.
He's like, this tops that by 1,000,000%. He goes, it's one of the most memorable passes, and it's probably going to go down and live as one of the most memorable passes ever, dude. And like,
No doubt.
I've watched it a million times, obviously.
It's ridiculous.
It's unreal.
And that makes a lot of sense what he was saying.
It was like a Jordan turnaround jumper at the buzzer.
No, it was like it was biblical, like Moses parting the Red Sea. Like the cornerbacks, if you watch that, like they're with him, and they're just like they both just like they're like it could totally make sense with what Matt Bowen said. Like they're just like their computer broke. Like they don't understand what's going on.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
Yes,
There was a
100%.
glitch in the
That's
matrix.
100% right.
And dude, I couldn't believe it. So, I mean, even the fact that we went in overtime, and I'm not even going to get into the whole DJ Moore interception drama thing. It is what it is. We should have even been there again. We should have won the game a lot earlier. We can go ahead and dissect every single little inch of that game.
Or at the same time, that pass
Like
should
we
never been a
said,
touchdown.
The
So
Roma Dunze touchdown at the beginning of the game should have been called. Would have been a different game.
whatever, it is what it
Should have
is. You can Captain Hindsight it all you
You
want.
could go back and find
You'll drive yourself nuts.
20 different scenarios.
Drive
in that
yourself
game of
nuts.
Why we should have won that game. But bottom line is we didn't win the game. We got very far. We had a lot of missed opportunities, and the better team persevered that day.
The Rams won.
The Rams won. And,
Straight up, we lost and the Rams won.
It was a fucking awesome game, and
Great game.
can't complain even though we lost. it was still a fun game to watch. It was very entertaining. The whole Cole Kmet thing, even though they didn't win, was one of the most exciting things to add on to the list of the exciting things we saw this season already.
Yeah.
That was like number 25 of most exciting things we saw this season as Bears fans. So it was awesome. But again, we lost, and the season's over with, and we got to deal with that, and we got a bright future, though, man. 5.4 million divisional game, the most watched divisional round playoff game in the NFL of all time. You figure the NFL Super Bowl era is what, like 50, 60 years old? 60-some years old at this point, going back to the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
The most watched divisional round of football ever. It's completely insane, dude. Bears versus the Rams.
Yeah, it's wild. It just shows how much people were interested, buy in. You know, and I always hate to compare shit to the Cubs, but like it's the old, like, how many, snowbirds that moved to Florida. Chicago's one of the 2 or 3 biggest.
Sure. Moved out of state?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, and still follow their Chicago team. So especially when their team's in it. I mean, it was an exciting bunch. It was an exciting team. The way they were winning, it's good drama. Caleb was an exciting, interesting, definitely polarizing guy. Yeah. You had Matt Stafford coming in, probably the MVP. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. That and hopefully of those 40 million were Bears fans. So that's great.
One thing we didn't touch on, Andy just posted, and I totally forgot to touch on it. So thank you, Andy. Jim Cornelius doing the national anthem before the game.
That's great.
How awesome was that?
Oh yeah, I've heard it before.
Such a huge pump up, dude. Last time we did it was during the Eagles in 2018 versus the Double Doink game, and dude, it just gets the entire crowd completely amped up, dude.
I've heard it before a couple of Blackhawks playoff games during that run, and yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, and that's in the United Center with 19,000 people now. Yeah. 65,000 people in Soldier Field's got to be just even crazier. So,
when have you ever heard the crowd sing the national anthem with the anthemist?
Yeah, I mean, the way he does it. Yeah, no, it definitely jacks you up beyond belief.
But yeah, another highlight I wanted to mention. Thanks for reminding me, Andy. Jim Cornelius is the fucking man, dude.
Yeah.
I would love to hear the national anthem from him at any time, at all times, during every sporting event for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I've heard it twice for a Blackhawks playoff game and once for a Cubs playoff game.
So, Maxwell, if we won versus the Rams, if we won and we're heading to Seattle right now, we're going to play the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. How would you be feeling if it was the Bears right now?
Good. I mean, I honestly would feel good. And all you got to do is get past them. Especially if, let's say, we won that game there, 2017, and our defense played as good as they played. I would feel good because I still will never buy a Sam Darnold-led team. Now, that defense in Seattle is damn good.
That defense and special teams
outrageously
in
good. Outrageously good. I mean, they embarrassed the 49ers. Yeah. That was a complete dismantling. So would I be nervous? Yes, absolutely. Would I be like puffing my chest out confident? No. But I would feel good that we're at this point already with Ben Johnson to where we're a step away from the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I would feel good. I'd be jacked about it. You?
I'd be even more nervous than I was going to the Rams game.
I wouldn't be nervous.
I was nervous going into the Rams game because, I mean, you kind of get the scrubs out of the first round, the wild card, and like now it's like, okay, here are the serious people now going into the final 8, and it's just like, now there's no fucking around. There's no room for error. There's no room for anything. Like, you got to play 60 minutes, both sides of the ball, flawless if you want to move forward.
Sure,
but for the most part.
That's where you want to be as a team. So you got to.
That's where it becomes extra scary at the same time. But as far as nervousness,
I honestly wouldn't have been nervous. Like if we went to Seattle and had to play them, I wouldn't be nervous at all. Now we get to the Super Bowl, then I'm nervous. Like now you have to win. Like you can't. But no, I going into Seattle is a very difficult place to go play. The 49ers showed you that,
dude. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of us, most people I talked to going to that game, were pretty confident the 49ers were going to win.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think. I mean, if the Seattle had won, you wouldn't have been like, oh my god. But the way they won, holy moly,
destroyed them.
So yeah, no, I mean, it would have been like, this is great. Like this is another
Well, you
Chiefs
look
pick.
what the 49ers did to us, and then
Yeah, I know.
what Seattle did to the 49ers. I mean, that's where my
Just shows you
that's
how.
where my extreme worry comes in.
Yeah,
so.
sure.
But who knows?
We have the tougher conference.
We're never gonna know.
We have the
We're
tougher
never gonna know.
conference, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're never gonna know. That's for sure. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Who's winning the Super Bowl, Maxwell?
I mean, now you kind of have to pick Seattle. I mean, for sure, New England.
Seattle versus the Patriots, right?
Yeah, I would say yeah. Like, I don't see any way the Broncos thing works now. I just don't. That poor kid.
Bo Nix with his ankle.
Like, yeah, they have a good defense, but I mean, the Patriots played really well.
Yeah.
Really well on Sunday. Against a good Texans defense. So
I mean, Sean Payton's one of the best coaches ever. I mean,
no
you
doubt,
you
but
can't
Jarrett
argue it. But
Stidham.
we're gonna see how good of a coach he is if you can pull off a victory in a championship game with a second string quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, then God bless him. Then he's coach of the year.
Yeah, he's a legend forever now.
No doubt, but that's
already
tough.
a
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you already have one hand handcuffed behind your back with that. So that's really tough. Now, granted, you got to go into Denver and win, but still, that's I mean, I think the Patriots definitely, and then. I mean, could the Rams upset Seattle? Yeah, definitely. I mean, they play each other twice a year, so I'd say that's the coin flip of the two games.
I got Seattle going all the way. I think
Yeah.
Seattle's taking it.
I think so too. Now I think so now more so after last weekend.
I've gone back and I've watched. I saw the Patriots schedule, nothing against the Patriots, but the Patriots had a big fucking cakewalk all the way here.
No doubt, but that was that yes, CJ Stroud had a horrific game. Agreed all the way.
Yeah.
That is not a bum. That defense is
no.
terrifying.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Drake May played pretty well. I got to give him credit where
Yeah.
it's due. The Patriots played really well.
But again, a cakewalk nonetheless. A lot of easy teams.
Sure.
A lot of easy victories. I mean, last two games you played like the Jets and like some like
And the Jets, and then probably
yeah,
the
and
Jets
the Jets
again.
and the Jets like
The Jetsons.
yeah, and then the Jetsons and the fun
Yeah,
stuff.
no doubt. But yeah, they played. Hey, listen, credit where it's due. They played really well against the
Yeah.
Texans Sunday, and they whether that's CJ Stroud being bad or whatever, their
Sure.
defense is good
Yeah.
in New England, so they're no bums either.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, we haven't seen the Patriots there in quite some time since Tom Brady.
It's Seattle.
Haven't seen Seattle there since the Russell Wilson days, so it's kind of nice to see some different teams. Even if the Rams go, I wouldn't be too upset. I mean,
No, I like McVay.
Yeah.
I think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I like Matthew Stafford.
yeah, Broncos haven't been there since the Peyton Manning days, so I mean, it's nice to see some different teams this year.
Yeah, agreed.
Instead of the same old teams there year.
No one
after
feels
year.
like a dynasty where this is going to be like
Yeah.
5 years in a row they're going to make
No.
it. So yeah, it does feel a little more fun.
But again, I mean, I think like we've talked about all season, who's going to win the Super Bowl? I mean, still flip a coin right now. I mean,
Definitely.
who knows, dude?
Definitely.
Who's showing up on Sunday? What team's showing up on Sunday? Who knows?
Yeah,
man?
Drake May has a bad day, and the Broncos defense is great, and Stidham doesn't turn the ball over. You don't know, but I don't know. The odds of that are slim, I think.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
What are you gonna do? 2026 Bears free agency. That's the next move we're moving into, and we got some pretty old men coming as defensive ends as far as who's going to be available in free agency. And I think we all agree that free agency moves need to be defensive line, defensive ends.
Yeah.
Obviously, Trey Hendrickson's top of the list. Only signed a one-year deal this year. There's going to be your old school people who want to bring Khalil Mack back. He's getting a little old, but I mean, two out of the top three available, top 10 available defensive ends in free agency are in their 30s. So I think we might be going heavy defensive end first round free agency, man, as we should.
Yeah, I mean, when we trade for Max Crosby, that'll take care of that. So then we can just draft.
Dude, if we trade for Max Crosby, the minute it happens, I'm going to come on here solo. I'm just going to look in the camera and just be crying like a baby. Just completely like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Because, dude, Max Crosby's one of my favorite players of all time, dude. Around the entire NFL.
Yeah,
He's a
I mean, it
beast,
feels
dude.
like something. I don't know.
But I feel like we've talked about trading
No,
for
of
Max
course.
Crosby for years. You know what I
It's
mean?
a pipe dream, but
It's a pipe dream.
But there's at least there's no fire, but there's maybe a little smoke from the kindling just because of how his weird season ended and how the Raiders
Dude, he made
Send it.
comments about the Bears game, like positive comments
I know.
about the Bears games.
And the
too,
whole
so-
like they shut him down because he was hurt and he was like playing
Yeah.
basketball and he clearly wasn't hurt and like.
Yeah.
So you don't know. You don't know how these things are going to wind up. I mean, maybe there'll be a trade, draft
Dude,
pick.
the big trade right now on the table, since you bring up trade, is DJ Moore. Only because we'll take a little bit of a hit, but he would almost free up almost $20 million in cap space if we were to trade him. On the spot right now, top of your head, would you trade DJ Moore in this offseason?
It would depend on what's coming back for it. I wouldn't do it just for salary
I mean,
reasons.
you got Rome, you got Luther.
Okay, now, I mean, Rome has proven nothing, and Luther is
Colston Loveland.
yes, that's your number one receiver. Yeah, Luther Burden is
Zacchaeus is a free agent. Who knows what's going to happen
probably
this year.
gone. Yeah, Luther Burden is a stud with his moves. Rome so far isn't. I think Rome's a good player. He hasn't shown he's going to be number one.
Yeah.
It would just totally depend on what comes back. I mean, could it happen? Sure, of course it could.
Would you trade DJ and draft picks for Max Crosby?
Yeah, instantly, like today,
sure.
right now,
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. Well, yeah, we can draft a wide receiver then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In the second round or first round or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's not even a debate.
Yeah, we'll get into old my homie Romy here in a second. But preview, he did not meet my expectations for the season, as I don't think he met many people's
probably not his
expectations
own, no.
for the season whatsoever. But yeah, as far as Bear free agency go, defensive line and defensive end, just summing up a lot of the team's free agencies, defensive end and defensive line, nose tackles, things of that nature. They're pretty old in the free agency, so I think if we really want to spruce something up, we're going to have to make some moves in the draft to really
Sure.
get a solid young defensive lineman and a defensive end. Because I don't think it's coming from trading or free agency this year.
Probably not. I mean, trades. It isn't like Major League Baseball where there's just so many trades you can't
Yeah.
keep track of it. It's pretty rare. It happens, of course,
And
but
there's not that many above average phenomenal ones you want to trade for out there anyway.
no. But like there always will be a random cap casualty for one team. You know what I mean? That like you can maybe pick up a defensive guy from the
They
other team.
sacrifice this guy because
Grady
of-
Jarrett's a good example of it. Like no one
Yeah.
expected him to be a free agent. All of a sudden he's there. The Bears signed him immediately.
Yeah.
So that shit will happen too. So yeah, but I mean, defense to me is your number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, like, yes, defensive tackle, defensive end for sure. But you also could probably use depth at linebacker and secondary too, because you don't know. All your safeties are free agents. So I mean, you're going to need some backups there at the very least as well.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that because the Bears have some work to do if we want to keep anywhere close to the team that we have resembling right now together. Bears free agents right now, dude. Beard, top takeaway guy. In the
Kevin
NFL.
Byard, I'm for sure resigning.
Brisker. Deshaun Wright. CJGJ. I mean, these four guys right now are on the free agency for this year.
Yeah, like if I'm telling you which one, if I can only get one, Kevin Byard for sure is the one I want.
100%. He already said he wants to come back
Yeah,
as a Bears.
for sure him. I like Jaquan Brisker a lot.
But Byard just earned himself a really high paycheck based on what he did this year.
Yeah, and I heard him talk.
So
He's
are
like,
we
"Yeah, I
gonna-
want to come here, but I also
Are we
want
going to
to."
pay $25 million towards?
I don't think you can with the cap. So you
You
can't-
know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, Kevin Byard would be in my number 1 of those 4 for sure. Jaquan Whisper being a strong number 2 if you can't get him back. The other 2, Deshaun Wright had a really nice year with the interceptions, no doubt. And he's a ball hawking corner. He only works if you have guys like Jalen Johnson and them there. He is not a shutdown corner. He's a ball hawk corner, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's a nice complementary piece of someone like Jalen Johnson or Tyreek
Had
Stevenson.
some really nice takeaways this year.
No doubt about it. But that works because of the other guys. CJGJ, I'm glad we got him off the couch. He had a
Yeah.
nice season, but he's older, and no, I'm good.
What about Andrew Billings?
It wasn't a great year for him, and the end of the year was really not good. I remember that one game towards the end of the year. It was not good for the Andrew Billings brand. That would be one of those ones that let's see what else is out there first before I'm giving him any kind of money.
Jonathan Owens? Are we giving up Simone Baez too? I mean, what's going on here?
No, I want him back just before Simone Biles. But no, Jonathan Owens is a good dude. He's a good depth guy, good special teams guy.
Yeah.
He won't cost you a lot. A year or 2 deal for him.
Sure.
Simone Biles too. No, absolutely.
Zacchaeus, who was a solid number 4 this year.
He had a nice year. Yeah, you can bring him back on a 1 or 2 year deal. Why not? As a nice depth guy, as a number 3 or 4 wide receiver. Yeah, nice year. I mean, yeah, he had a couple bad games, but what wide receiver doesn't? Yeah, I like Zacchaeus. He had a good year.
2 big questions. Theo Benedict.
The Canadian sensation. Sure, as a
He
depth
stepped up when he needed to.
as a
this
depth
year.
as a depth
Yeah.
guy, as a depth
Yeah.
guy. Keyword there. Yes, that's fine. As a nice number 6, 7, 8 lineman, absolutely, all the way. Not as your starting 5 at all.
Braxton Jones.
No, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Listen, Braxton Jones has succeeded more than any, not any, but he was a 5th-round draft pick as an offensive lineman, and he started a lot of games, and he's versatile. He's versatile, and he doesn't get hurt. This is the first year he ever got hurt since we've had him. He had how many consecutive starts?
Yeah.
He's a nice depth. He's a really nice swing depth piece guy, and
Yeah.
good for him. He's made a career, and he definitely will make some money because of it.
See, I'm with my guy Deshae here. I want to keep the top 4. I want to keep Brisker, Byard, CJ, GG, and Richard.
You're not going to be able to keep all 4.
of them.
You can.
I mean, it depends what's going to happen.
Listen,
if
you
we
drafted that
just-
kid last year who was hurt, who's going to be back this year as one of those guys. You're going to probably draft another one. You have to start looking at the cap a little more.
Sure,
If you want to sign a defensive end, you've got to give up somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can't sign all 4 of those guys.
I know, which sucks because you want all 4 of them to come back.
Of course.
I
But
really want Brisker back, dude. I really want Brisker.
yeah, I want Kevin Byard. So those top 2, if that's your listen, if you need to have 2 of the 4 of those,
If
are
you
your
get Brisker and Byard,
then fine.
definitely top.
then
2.
you can find. You still got Josh Blackwell. You still got Elijah Hicks. You had that kid we drafted whose name is escaping me. So you've got some other depth there. You don't need to sign all those guys. Deshaun Wright's going to probably be priced out anyway with all the interceptions.
Not being greedy, Byard and Brisker, dude.
Yeah.
The rest can kick dust and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 top must-have backs, dude.
Sure.
Especially what you saw Brisker did in the divisional round playoff game, dude.
Sure.
You know he can step up in the big show.
No, but he also has a history of injuries, and that's because of how he plays, which we love how he plays. So he's kind of a double-edged sword.
Gotcha. All right, man. 2025 season, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just briefly go over the main points. Head coach Ben Johnson.
Great.
The future.
He's
right?
the guy. He's a leader of men. He's great. He's absolutely great. Innovative.
He's what we've needed since Dicka left. And we have the players behind him, the talent behind him, with the skills of his coaching and play calling. So,
And even more importantly, an entire locker room that bought in.
yeah. No fluke, Matt Nagy,
No.
2018
No.
bullshit.
No.
Ben Johnson's the real deal. He's going to be
And-
around. He's going to be competing.
And anyway, if you want to know what the difference is, the Bears got better as the year went on.
Yes.
The Matt Nagy thing started to fold by week 10.
The Bears grew while winning.
Yeah.
They improved and became a better team on the field week by week, still doing that and bringing home the W at the same time, which is a very rare thing. I'm not even going to ask Caleb Williams. I'm going to show you Caleb.
Flicker, it's way up there. Williams recovers, throws a seed, has a man, it is caught for a touchdown. On first down, Williams on the roll, directing traffic to the end zone. He throws and it's DJ.
49, Williams chased, throws, and it's caught at the 30-yard line.
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all. It is
Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. He got it!
Those just answered whatever questions you might have if you have any questions about Caleb Williams anymore. He's a franchise quarterback. He's the future of the Chicago Bears. You build around him.
Yep.
You're going to give him the biggest contract the Bears have ever given him. After 4 years, I mean, he's the future, man, 100%. And sorry, some people don't like that he paints his nails, but you guys need to get over that.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal quarterback, dude, and he's proven himself time and time again, dude. We got the Iceman. The Iceman's here to stay.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible season. He only got better, which is
No.
your truest sign of like someone growing and getting better.
Yeah.
He makes the incredible look easy. Incredibly likable guy. Great teammate from everything I've ever heard, read. A complete football psycho. Like loves football. That's all he wants to talk about. It's the exact kind of guy you want as your quarterback.
Now he's out doing the tour.
Love it.
doing the tour of PCA
with my guy. Yeah,
around Chicago to the Bulls, the
yeah,
Blackhawks.
it's great. I love it. I think that's so cool.
All the Bears fans still out there who are Hawks fans and Bulls fans. Chatting Green Bay sucks. Caleb singing along with you at the games.
Yeah.
It's super cool to see, man.
It's awesome.
He loves Chicago. Chicago loves him, man.
Who doesn't?
We have a quarterback, dude.
No doubt. 100%.
The Bears' run game this season,
Mm-hmm.
Manungwe and Swift. Overall, man, where are you at going into 2026 with these guys? Are you
Yeah.
excited?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, like yeah. Could you add another guy to it? Of course, you probably could. But yeah, from where it started to where it ended is pretty incredible. Yeah, the last game in the playoffs wasn't great, but that happens. But as a whole, yeah, I like the difference in runners. One's more of a cut and speed guy in Swift, and one guy just wants to completely look for someone to punish. Absolutely, you want to add a third guy to it? I'm all for that as well.
It was around like week 5 or 6, and we were at Whiskey Club, and our friend Dave Wheeler was wearing. He's like, "Dude, check out my old school shirt," and he had the Walter Payton Angry Runner shirt on. And we sat there and had a conversation about, dude, that was like the last Angry Runner like the Bears have had that really truly punished. Aside from Matt Forte, I'd probably say was the second closest.
Neil Anderson a little bit too, but yeah.
But we were talking like the Bears need an angry runner. Dude, I swear to God, the next week was the brought in of Nungwe coming in and just plowing through people. And we had a conversation shortly after the game. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get a new angry runner shirt because it just happened this weekend. We have a brand new angry runner on the Chicago Bears, and
Yeah.
this guy is punishing people who's in his way.
I'm glad I was wrong about him. Coming into the year, the first couple of weeks, it's like 7th round pick. He's not looking good.
By week 4, we wanted to get rid of both of our running backs
And trade for somebody, like maniacs.
or pick up a bum off the streets to come run for us. I mean, that's where we were at.
Yeah,
I mean,
it just goes to
rightfully
show
so.
you. No, definitely.
We were only at like 150 yards rushing as a team by week 3.
DJ Moore was our
Yeah.
best running back the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And Caleb was our
Yeah.
second. It's true. So yeah, I'm glad I was completely wrong, and he is an absolute stud. And I love watching him play.
Nice. Our corners.
Uh,
Stevenson.
Very inconsistent year.
Johnson.
It should have been one of our strengths, and it wasn't. More because of injuries than anything. Obviously, you lose Jalen Johnson is tough. I mean, you lose a shutdown top 5 corner in the league. It's going to be tough on everybody. You had hoped Tyreek Stevenson would have taken a step forward. Didn't. Kind of was okay.
29th overall in the NFL as far as points allowed, dude, the entire season.
Yeah, he was okay at times. He was good at times. He was kind of non-existent at times. I like Nashawn Wright. I liked the season he had. He had all his interceptions. But he's not like a shutdown corner like Jalen. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's a good companion piece to Jalen. Our safeties were obviously great. Kevin Byard's a stud. Jaquan Brisker, when he's healthy, is great. Yeah, it should be a strength for the Bears, and if everyone comes back healthy, Kyler Gordon obviously is a huge one. Him and Jalen are just huge. I mean, they're so important because Kyler kind of plays almost a linebacker position.
Sure.
So they come back fully healthy and ready to go. I mean, obviously now that turns disappointing here into that's 2 studs.
See, and I want to think to myself, looking back now, this Rams game, truly based upon the score on the scoreboard, was maybe the first game you really saw Stevenson and Johnson healthy the entire game.
Johnson, I would say definitely.
Because Johnson wasn't supposed to be back at all this year, even
No,
if we made the playoffs.
and I think a lot of it was that just he wanted to be part, and I totally understand.
He's never been to the playoffs before.
Yes, or
Yeah.
a winning team. Like I totally get where he's coming from. So he probably rushed it back.
100%.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I have no fault in that at all. So yeah, him and Kyler Gordon probably both pushed themselves to get to the point where it's like, man, I want to play in the playoffs so bad. But they both, by the end, Jalen looked a lot smoother, and Kyler Gordon obviously was healthy because, oh my God. Even the Packers game, he started balling out in the second half. It's like, wow, this dude is a difference maker.
See, I almost feel like it's like an unfair assessment of our defense this year due to how many injuries. we
Yeah,
dealt
in the
with.
secondary, yes.
I mean, even linebackers. You're not. When we played 3 games in a row with no starting linebackers because everyone was injured. I mean,
But next guy up was actually pretty good.
yeah, Deshaun Jackson,
DeMarco, was it DeMarco? Yeah, Jackson.
Jackson,
Yeah, he was good. He was a really good find. He's a good blitzer.
and he ended up starting because Edwards was injured there. In the
And he's got a lot of
playoffs, so,
speed. Yeah. So like it was a nice find there. So yeah, you're right. But what the linebacker, the linebacker thing, they didn't like Edmonds and Edwards when they were on the field didn't have.
I mean, Edmonds still finished the season as one of the biggest takeaway people, and he was injured over half the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
neither one had a. I mean, obviously the injury. So yeah, you're right. Incomplete. Just incomplete all the way
it
around.
just sucks because like you always think about the Bears defense just being this hardcore unit you rely on year in year out. And you look at the numbers aside from the takeaways, and we were a shitty defense overall this year, technically. And I think the takeaways kind of blinded us as fans as far as technically what was really happening on the field. But we were not a good defense this year overall, minus the takeaways. Games in which we didn't have 2 takeaways, we only won 2 games.
And that's because, and I'm sure that's your next point, is that's because it starts up front.
Yeah, it all starts up front, and
They get a bad grade. I mean, it wasn't a good year at all for them, at all. Montez Sweat came on. He had some nice plays, some sacks at the end of the year, no doubt about it, but not as many as he should with that name and that contract. The guy we signed from Deo Adingbo.
who?
Exactly.
What?
Nothing. He was nothing. I mean, you banked on him, maybe catching a guy on the come because he's only 26 years old. He wasn't good. He was a non-factor.
Yeah.
It's even worse than being not good. Grady Jarrett is a veteran and he does what he does. Grady Jarrett will never show up on the stat sheet because he's a guy who just eats other linemen to make holes for other guys.
Andrew Millions?
Did not have a great year. Our guy from Florida, Jervon Dexter.
Yeah.
Didn't have a great year. He didn't ball out. I would just put it that way. He was okay, but like he didn't.
So I was just reading about Dexter technically made improvements,
but not as
from
much.
last year.
Not as much as we want.
Like something that an analyst would notice, but like nothing you would
pop.
notice contributing on the field.
No, but your best thing was probably towards the end of the year was Austin Booker showing up and being healthy.
Austin Booker, man. Austin Booker.
Being healthy though is the key. The guy's been hurt. I mean, was he played 3 games? I mean, like he's the preseason hero every year, and then he's hurt for 12 games. So it's like, yeah, the defensive line gets a fucking D. I mean, it wasn't a good year at all.
100%, man. I mean, and that's where I think going into this offseason, that's where everyone's focusing all their attention at right now is the pass rush, the D line. You add and get a sufficient, awesome D line to the Bears right now. And we continue on with the offense and the secondary that we had this year, the Bears are fucking unstoppable. We're a pretty unstoppable crowd. So.
It makes everything behind you that much better. It takes so much pressure off them. It makes your interception numbers even go higher. It's crazy how high the Bears' turnover rate was with hardly any pass rush.
Yeah.
That's kind of unheard of and ridiculous.
The amount of turnovers that we had with no pass rush,
it's crazy.
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
Typically, the pass rush is what causes the QB
yes.
to be.
It's not even sacks. It's just pressures. Pressures is key.
Well, dude, the forced fumbles, too. I mean,
yes, all of it.
The peanut punch that originated with the Chicago Bears, obviously.
All of it.
The takeaways, I mean, it's just, we were solid there. But again, you saw going in the playoffs, you minus those takeaways, dude.
And no pressures. I mean, it's going to, quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, who didn't even have a good game,
a horrible game.
9 times out of 10 are going to eat you alive.
Yeah. They will find a way.
Yeah, of course they will.
A quarterback like him and a coach like Sean McVay will find a way no matter what.
No doubt.
But we're going to figure out what's going on this year coming up, guys. 2026 is among us. We're heading into the offseason. We'll be going into free agency here pretty shortly, heading into the draft in April. We will be in Pittsburgh this year. Me and Mrs. Foz will be making a trip down to Pittsburgh with our Superfan family to go check out the draft. So looking forward to that as always. But yeah, this is the time to start rebuilding, see what moves Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are going to make. As far as going into the 2026 year, Maxwell and I talk about it all the time. We're not going to be doing any shows during the off season. We're not going to come in here week after week and talk about rumors and speculations and possibility of a Max Crosby trade every week and hoping it happens and praying and wishing. It just gets old and it's not entertaining, and we're not going to waste our time or your time with BS. We are a meats and potato podcast, and when we have meats and potato to talk about, we're going to deliver them right to you. So other than that, guys, we absolutely love the fact that everyone tunes in, man. The show, I see the numbers in the background, and I get done and I look at them, and I'm just like, holy shit, this many people were just watching the podcast. And I'll tell Max, or I'll show him the numbers, I'll talk about it. I'm like, dude, this is just crazy, man. Like, it's so much fun. It's I just can't believe it, man. Like, me and Maxwell are just kind of just two dudes, just kind of being ourselves, and
just two lost assholes in the woods.
Two lost assholes in the woods. We're at the Pine Barrens looking to be rescued.
Yeah.
And this is what we do as friends, watching football games and Thursday Night Football, and just brought this concept to you guys, and you guys like it, and we like doing it, and we're going to be here as long as you guys keep on watching. So thank you so much for the support. And tonight we were, like I said, we were on Pink Fanfur's Panthers Superfan podcast, which is a good time, and it's nice to be acknowledged around the league and from everyone, and we just have a good time doing it. We just want to say thank you guys for another awesome season. This is the most fun season we had doing.
Yeah, it was fun to have fun.
This is the first year we did a podcast where the Bears won over 5 games. So it's kind of messed up to say, but it's a fact. The first year we did it, they won 3 games. Second year was 5 games, and then this year we went to where we went to. So we started from the bottom. Now we're here, according to Drake. So it's kind of awesome. And we're having fun doing it, guys, and I hope you guys are having fun too, because obviously you're watching. So we appreciate you. Love you guys to death. We will be available 24/7, year-round on YouTube. If you guys missed any episodes, want to catch up on any of the interviews or anyone we had on the show, or go back and see anything we were talking about in the past about our oracles of predicting the future, which we're not terrible at. I wouldn't say we're terrible at it.
No, last year was rough. The year before this one was,
Yeah.
I think we predicted like 9 wins or something.
Yeah,
That was rough.
exactly.
That was rough.
Exactly. False hopes. That was their PTSD year. But if you guys catch us on YouTube, all the episodes are available 24/7. If you guys want to give us a follow, you can watch them all year round. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you guys to death. We'll be back around draft time when we have a little bit better idea of what we're thinking the Bears are going to do as far as going into the draft, what they did with free agency when that's all over with, things of that nature. So when there's something to talk about, we'll be back to talk to you guys. But other than that, appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you to death. We'll talk to you soon. Make sure to follow the pages, comment, send us messages, whatever you want to do. You guys are the best, and we appreciate you. Bear down, baby. Love you.
Gold rings on you all.
Out in the windy city, well, the Bears are on the prowl. Soldier Field is a rocking, man, and the fans are getting loud. With a legacy of legends from Peyton to Buckus, the Navy and the Orange are in charge, man, and victory we trust. Tailgates and touchdowns.